Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunattu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good morning, everyone.
Namaskar to Sanjay ji and Kimaya Didi. Actually, Sanjay Kulkarni is basically Bachelor of Degree in Mechanical Engineering. He is the owner and proprietor of Precision Engineers, a reputed enterprise with a strong presence across diverse industrial sector. With over 40 years professional experience, he has established a remarkable footprint in the sugar industry, mining industry, tapping industry, and waste management plants across India. He has also played a key role in developing important substitute components for the mining and steel industries, contributing significantly to India industrial self-reliance. During his professional tenure, he has mentored and created several successful entrepreneurs. Under his able guidance, a dozen entrepreneurs have successfully set up their own industries, inspired by his mentorship, work ethics, and technical expertise. He is closely associated with Vivekananda Kendra Kanyakumari for the past 30 years. Mr. Kulkarni has been actively involved in organizational and developmental work inspired by Swamiji ideals. He is presently serving as the Sambark and Nidhi Pramukh for Maharashtra Prant. Played a pioneer role in building and establishing a school, contributing from its inception through every stage of growth. One among the visionaries who initiated and formed a cooperative society which has now flourished into an institution with 218 branches. Conceived and developed Sangal Bhumi, a farm stay resort project, a passion driven and visionary initiative aimed not only at creating scene farm experience but also rehabilitating local communities, reviving nature and promoting sustainable living. Through this project, he has inspired and guided many known and unknown individuals to establish their own eco research and sustainable venture. Actually, more than that, our Sanjay Kulkarni always, whenever any function is there in Vivekananda Kendra, used to come. He will come from Belgaum to here by car only. So whenever he comes, he stays 3 days here and spend time with all full timers. At a time, whenever he comes from car long distance, he will not get any tired and all. Always he will be smiling face and he is more vibrant, energetic. Uh, and another one, whenever he comes here, always Vasoji, what he said. So we used to go for ice cream at night time. So he also likes ice cream. I also likes ice cream. So we'll go. And another one, he always brings some innovative ideas to me. Many times he will tell to me these are the innovative ideas, these are innovative technologies are like that. So sometime he brings the technology also here to show us. So we have taken one or two technologies from him. And another one, he is continuously call us, myself and Vasuji. So once I have to go to his Sangal Bhumi to see his work. And another one, whenever he comes, he brings a lot of sweets for us, different type of sweets. Two big load of sweet. All people will get half kg sweet. So which Madanji knows should know it. Whenever he comes also, he also should bring two bag of sweets. So he brings a different type of sweet, guava sweet sometimes special in Maharashtra, something somewhere some village is special this fruit sweet like that he will bring. So everybody will be happy. Whenever he comes, he is more energetic and always move everywhere in the campus. So I like him. I admire him also. And another one, he is the Nidhi Pramukh of Maharashtra. Now only I came to know he is the Nidhi Pramukh of Maharashtra, but he is only collecting Nidhi for only Maharashtra, I think. But afterwards, now onwards, he will collect donation for weekend ADAP also. Our department also he has to collect the donation. So very good. And another one is sister. I didn't know he is a sister. After the sister used to come continuously to our campus along with him. She also drives fast sometimes. I used to see her, see whenever she comes, I used to see the driving seat many times. So normally I've known her, she is the Kimaya Mandrekar. So she is the MBA in finance, is an entrepreneur and the founder of a business dedicated to handlooms and handicrafts with a strong focus on women empowerment. Her venture not only promotes traditional craftsmanship but also provides sustainable livelihood opportunities for women artisans. She has been associated with Sankalp Bhumi since its inception, playing an integral role at every stage of its development growth. A qualified professional trainer, Ms. Mandrekar has been actively engaged in facilitating learning and development programs for diverse audiences. She close association with Vivekananda Kendra Kanyakumari. So both used to come always regularly used to come to Kendra and helps in many field also. She has also conducted workshop at the Northeast schools of Vivekananda Kendra. So I welcome both Sanjay Kulkarni and Kimaya Mandrekar for this program. Thank you.
My namaskar to you, Vasudevji, Ramakrishna, and all the respected group who have been participating in your Vasudha for such a long time. As I read it, the 154th meeting you are having. So, my real introduction I'll tell you, and I'm more happy that there are students involved this time. So that makes us more, enthusiastic to share certain things with them. The first thing is this Sankalp Bhumi project which we are going to discuss. Don't look at it as a resort, but it is just a experiment, you can say, which we did to revive nature, rehabilitate the people who were earlier working on that quarry. That was one thing. Secondly, this place is in Belgaum. So I would like to tell one sentence about Belgaum. Everyone knows about our Vivekananda Kendra. Similarly, Ramakrishna Mission also we have got one center in Belgaum. So this Ramakrishna Swamiji's, what they call Belgaum is they just don't say the word Belgaum. They call it blessed Belgaum. So I asked Swamiji, how is it this, you call this place at blessed Belgaum? He said it is the only thing. Two things he told me. One thing is Swamiji has stayed here in Belgaum when he was in the phase of Parivrajak. That was in 1892 before coming to Kanyakumari. He had visited from Kolhapur to Belgaum, from Belgaum to Goa. So usually he used to stay at a place for not more than 3 days if there is no specific purpose he used to visit. So as a Parivrajak he used to do that. That is what we read in his biography. But in Belgaum, since October 17th to 27th, he has stayed there. So that's a long span. So they say this place is blessed. And secondly, Ramakrishna Mission, usually they are worldwide. Nationwide they are, but they have gone abroad also. And there are so many requests for them to set up a Ramakrishna center in different places. But there was no request from Belgaum sent to Ramakrishna Mission to set up a center. But the head Swamiji himself thought of why not we should have a center in Belgaum, and that is how a wonderful center has come up in Belgaum. So that is another reason what Ramakrishna ji and yourself and all your friends should come to see in Belgaum. This is the basic thing of Belgaum. Secondly, as the students are involved, and Ramakrishna ji told that I am been with Kendra since 3 decades plus. It is only everything I did in my life, each and everything the contribution from Vivekananda Kendra to me. The reason I come to Vivekananda Kendra, it is like it's my second home, of course, after now 30-40 years. Like you people are staying there, for me also that place pulls me there. And you get rejuvenated yourself, you get energized yourself by coming there. It is not that I am energetic even when I come. No, I get energetic only if I come there. That is one thing. And the path showed by Vivekananda Kendra, like if we, as we all the members know Vivekananda Kendra, and we know that we summarize everything of Vivekananda in our prarthana. The last sentence we say is Jivane yavadadanam chapradanam tatodikam ittesha prarthana asmakam Bhagavan Parivartana. Means whatever I have received, I have to pay back. That is what I understood the message from the prarthana, and that is how I started leading my life. It is not just today I read it and I understand it, I can change myself. No. For the students who are just beginning of their career, it would be very interesting for them to know, to have a successful life, to do anything positive, creative, you have to contribute. And the way you contribute, you learn all these things through Vivekananda Kendra, through Bhagavad Gita, and especially all the Jivanvrati Karyakartas whom we meet there, we stay with them, we learn volumes from them just by spending an hour. It is worth reading a full encyclopedia, and meeting one day with Vasudevji. So this is one positive thing I see about Kendra for the young generation, that they should get also involved in the work, in the karya, and try to follow the pattern which Kendra shows how to lead life. And of course, Karma Yoga, that is what we follow. And this has been the path. That's why I have been able to do my business, to continue my family, to do my social work, to be involved in such a hobby project. Now, Sankalp Bhumi is just a hobby project. Now, this concept came to me when I saw, we all know, even our farmers, before he goes to his field and plows, he will pray to Mother Earth. He will do puja, or even if you are building a house, you take permission. And now this place which I saw, it was an abandoned stone quarry, and the first thought means, like Swamiji used to say, you should be able to feel. So what I felt was the pain the earth must have faced when so much blasting has been done, so much digging has been done, so much exploiting has been done, and such a wonderful place. So I thought, why not buy this place and revive nature and give back what nature really had earlier been. So that was one thing. And secondly, what I thought about it was, the people who are working there, they just are common workers who will break stones. They don't know anything else, so I should not displace them. So I should get them involved, all inclusive. So that was my second intention in taking up this project. And that is how the conceptualization started, with these two things. Reviving nature and rehabilitating these people. It was definitely not a commercial project, nor a resort type of project, nothing. It was just an urge to give back. That is all. And okay, like Sir said, Vasudevji ne bola, कि I have been involved in 10 things. I could not personally do all of it except the visualization, the planning, on-site some guidance. But again, as my sister, she has been involved, because when you become a Kendra person, the whole family becomes Kendra family only. And Kendra family becomes your family. So the ideas, thoughts do percolate in their life also. So that's how Kimaya is also involved in this Kendra work. And she understood what I meant to do. And that is how she could really implement. And I have got a short memory, but she has got a good memory. She will give you some incidences. She can give you some examples, some events which occurred there, which will help you understand what the concept behind it was. So, Kimaya will first show you the presentation of that area place, and she will tell you certain things. Then we can talk if you have any questions. Thank you. Kimaya will take over.
Namaskar everybody. Thank you Vasudev ji first of all for inviting me also, and as we said yesterday, Sanjay ji being very humble, not taking any credit for himself, so he wants me to show you and discuss more about Sankal Bhumi. So what I want to do is, as I was involved, because I was as a one amongst the family member, I was there present during when the property was taken or how the idea started. We used to just go to that property early morning for early morning walks, because it was just a barren land. As I go through the presentation now, you will come to know how the pictures are and how it was. So I just want to share how we thought about it, or how Sanjay ji had his vision and converted that barren land into this beautiful farmstay resort what we are running now. So I'll just run through this. This is what is basically, like, very formally the presentation has been done. So this is what we thought while we started the project. If you go, if you have visited or if you see the website, you will see minimal use of cement or any construction done there, and all the local material what is used. Now local material means we have used the big wadas or big havelis which were pulled down, which is now in I mean, everybody is going for redevelopment and they want big buildings to be made on their old houses. For them it was biggest challenge or biggest problem to dump that material. But for us, that moment it became a very positive thing, because we purchased those materials from them. We asked them to dump all the debris what they had from their pull down houses at our place. And later on, he Sanjay ji just used it through his vision and through his ideas into different cottages or whichever place is come up there. It is all from the used material, old material. So that is how we have written, like, we have not used any new material or new construction, very bare minimal construction. Recycled wood is used or local material is used. All these points I will just go through the next slide, because all these points will be covered in the later slides. Now, as mentioned, it was the property was taken 15 years back from now, where it was just a barren land. The quarry owner had utilized all the stone to make those small khadi, and there was nothing left. It was a very, I mean, everywhere grass was grown. We used to get scared to enter inside the property, because almost till this height of ours there was grass grown. And when we used to think, or when we were told by Sanjay ji ki we will make this here or that here, we will plant trees here, we used to think it is not possible. It will not happen in such a barren land, because if you see, it was just a I mean, useless or a thrown away land for many years. But then first what we did was we started clearing of all those grown grasses and all, and we cleared the land. Then we, because the stone was utilized of this, there were huge ditch, what you say, khadda ditch, काय म्हणतात त्याला? Pits happened there in that land. So we had to level those lands and make it usable. So again, what, because Belgaum is known for its foundry industry, we asked the foundry industries there to throw away their foundry sand here, used foundry sand here. Again, hundreds of truckloads. It is not one or two or 10. It is like almost more than 15,000, 18,000 truckloads of foundry sand was asked to deposit there, which we leveled, and a huge lawn was made there later on with that. Then next thing what happened was, if today also if you visit that property, the property does not have a formal gate. There is no gate or there is no compound for that wall. Of course, the stone or the quarry stone, left out stone itself makes a natural compound. But other than that, also on the leveled land also there is no compound. So first thing what he thought was to plant the fast grown bamboos. So the bamboo trees were planted first so that they grow and they make a cover at all the boundaries, and that is a natural boundary. Like we don't have a compound wall or a compound made for that property. Next we started making was we planted more trees, because earlier there were no trees. Here and there few jungly trees were there, but there was no proper plantation or trees there. So the first thing to give back to that land was we planted lots of trees. Like we planted coconut trees, chiku trees. So if you see there, you have lot of coconut plantations, chiku plantations, lot of trees and plantations was done. This was the first step what happened on that property. Later on, because of that, and there was a very small water body. Because of this, we started having lot of migrating birds coming there. I mean, almost even now we have 20 to 25 different species of birds coming there nesting. In station there we have lot of birds which have made that property their home. But this was the first initial stage happened. The small what you say, the water body which was there, which that was because it was giving home and this to many birds and natural habitation. We increased the area of that pond. We made it a still bigger pond. Actually the water which flows from there, there is a nearby lake in the nearby village. From there it goes and touches that this, so we increase that area of that pond. This was the next thing. After this, because the property had started gaining its beauty and natural beauty, you can say, because of the plantation, because of the leveling, because of the water body, the next step what was done there was a small sit out was done, which we call dhaba, which was again done with only clay, shedu mati we say in Marathi, that is which was done only with clay mud. And the shelter was of this uh, coconut tree leaves, and the bamboos were of supari trees. So this was how it was made. So there again nothing new construction or new material was used. Whatever was there with us or whatever we could easily procure, with that this sitting out a sit out was made, which is now made into a bigger dhaba. This and a small tree house was made. Because since we had this small sit out, we had our guests, our known people coming and visiting that property. So the property started having more footfall, more people coming there, and the natural flow of that property started. Later on, what he thought was, when people have already accepted this, people are liking this property, this, even then it was not like a commercial property, or that you come there and you sit or you pay as we go in hotels or cafes. It was just as your friends, my friends are welcomed into that property to enjoy the nature, to enjoy the morning walk, enjoy the evening walk. So this is how it was done. When he realized that this property could be more beautified, he thought of making some places where people could come and stay there. So he started picturizing of, or he started planning of some small cottages or rooms there. Now, as I said, the first step what we had done was we had already planted there different types of trees. So we had this coconut chiku plantation. So where he designed or he planned those cottages was, there were already plantation done and the trees had grown to a considerable height. but we have put those, I mean, he has designed and put those cottages in such a way that none of the new or the old trees are being cut. So if you see the pictures in the later slides, you'll come to see, if you see the pictures, there are some trees which are there inside. I mean, there is one branch which is there in one of the cottages which has come inside, or a part of a rock which has come inside a cottage. So this is kept naturally how it is. There, each cottage or each room is different from the other, because as we started getting old material or the left outs of from different factories or houses, that is how that was used and a particular cottage was made. So one cottage may be of a wood, fully wood, one may be of stone, one may be of those granite blocks which are left out. So this is how the cottages are made. Initially there were only 4 cottages designed there in the coconut plantation. Later on we had some more cottages, and how this is how the cottage number of cottages increased, and today we are having 12 cottages there. Some I mean, you can say some numbers of how much the area is, or how many trees we planted, how many we did not cut. So you can see there, like none, not even a single tree was cut during the making of the entire project. This was the aerial picture of initially how the property looked. Now the property is here. You can see this is the property. Why I want you all to see this is because in the later years, if you see the aerial pictures, you will see the green effect or more of greenery on the same patch. This is in 2012. So now you can see that there is this lawn which I was talking about, where we filled lot those truckloads of sand. This is the plantation. Here is some of the chiku and mango plantations. Here is all the coconut plantation, and within this only initially the cottages were planned. This was again in 2014. So you can see more of greenery. Also, if you are looking at it closely, the surroundings also have developed because of this. Initially, when the property was taken, this was only barren quarry. But later on, because of this development of this property, of course, the rates will increase of the surrounding areas. That is a secondary part. But there were many families which were settled besides this property because of the development of that property itself. So it didn't even help, not only help that only 8-acre property, but it helped the others also staying there. The another factor was because this property was here, the road which was leading to this property also was got done by Sanjay ji, because there was no good approach road to that property. And recently in 2025, this is how it is. There is a lot of habitation here now. I mean, you can see many houses, everything, and plus the greenery what you can see within the property. So this is a recent capture. So if you compare the picture of 2004 when the property was first taken, I'll just show you. So this was there first. If you see the surroundings also, it was almost like you can see hardly couple of houses here, and rest all is blank. And this was the property I'm showing in the cursor. This was the property where Sankal Bhumi now is. And if you see in 2000, that was in 2004, and this is in 2025. So not only within the property, but because of this property, there are different changes. You can see there is some hotels, I mean those small hotels come up, and besides, you have seen lot of approach roads here which was not there earlier. So the development not only happened within the property but also in the surroundings. This is how the property looked from within. So this was entirely here. This only one stone, I mean, was there because the earlier owner had its machine, breaking machine here, and this was the small water body which I was telling you all. This was the only property, and here, so we I mean, there was no approach road from this side. There was a single approach road from the other side, and this is how the property looks now. So this is a swimming pool done. This is a, pond which we increased in size. These are the plantations, and the cottages are placed within the plantation itself. This is the lawn. So the swimming pool which was made again, as I told, there was no approach road, and whenever we used to visit that place, he used to tell us like we will make a pool here or we'll make a cottage here. So once first time when he marked that place and said that this will be the pool here. So there was a boy. I mean, the workers also who worked with us were all whose families were earlier involved in that property, or who were staying surrounding nearby. So that boy and I were there, and he said, he just looked at me and laughed, and even I laughed listening. That how can a pool be done here, a swimming pool be done? So it is not possible, because he knew that property since many years, and of course I was been visiting there. But when Sanjay ji said that we will do a pool here, so we both said, "Nahi, it is that is not going to be possible here. How it is possible?" But this is how we clear. He planned. He cleared the material and land, and the material which was used in making the pool also is not how you see the other pools in the hotels or other resorts. This is all the natural material used. Now the filling, the base, everything is all the natural material, and plus the stones which were available there. So this was the filling done, and this is how the pool looked. So the beautification also of the property also was done majorly with the available resources there. We did not have any landscape person or an architect. The entire vision or this was by Sanjay ji. This is the pond earlier, which was a very small, what do you say, small in size, and there was hardly any water being stored. This is how we, what do you say, we made the area more bigger. There was even small, the borders were done. It is called graniting, if I'm not wrong. So it was cleared. I mean, the water to be stored there. This is how it was done, and now the pond looks this. Some more pictures of the pond. Then a cottage was made at the edge of the pond. Again, now this cottage, if you see the entire on top, it does not have wall on one side, and the other side, on the three sides basically, on the other side it is entirely been covered with old wood, or the wood which was used from the pull down houses. So these are the two cottages which was made. This site is for another two cottages which we call it as Dhyan and Tapas cottage. Now this site basically is at the one end of the property where water was being stored, and workers there, after the work was done in the evening at 6 o'clock, used to go, because the water was stored there and it had this natural springs from these rocks here. So water used to naturally be stored in that pit. Now, what the workers used to usually do is, after all the work is over and before leaving to their houses, they used to come here, they used to wash their hands, feet, and then leave. Now, this Sanjay ji used to watch them doing every day. And he thought that as we have made the pond also little deeper and bigger and the water is being stored there, why not clean this water here, why not clean this pitch and make this a pit also little more bigger and let natural water, clean water store here. So this work started and a small wall was made here so that water remains here, and this entire pit was cleaned, made little more deeper, and at the edge of that two cottages were made. Now this is how here the small pond looked for the Dhyan and Tapas cottages. This is the balcony for the Dhyan and Tapas cottage. These are two attached. At the edge of that, of this small pond, this two cottages were made. Now here again, this hosted a lot of weaving birds here. We every year, every season, we have almost like lot of weaving birds having their nests here. So again, this also had its natural, what you say, it pulled its nature back. We have those big fishes here, we have turtles here in this small pond. This is the cottage which I had shown earlier. This this was a site when the trees were planted, and this I was talking about. Here the chiku plantation was done, here the coconut plantation was done. So this is how the plantations the trees started growing. At the same, if you could see, just get, this is this area where the cottages are being done now. This area in the coconut plantation, this cottages came up here. Now you can see those same trees are there in between the cottages as well. A couple of cottages are there where the branches are inside the cottages as well. These are another's. Now here you can see this tree is here inside, so it is been preserved. Some pictures of the cottages from inside. So you can see here the old material is being used. These windows here, the roof, what you can see, roof everywhere. This all is the old material. The flooring, if you see here, if you are able to see in that screen, is those mats what we have used, chatai mats, those what we use for sitting. Those are placed on the floor. So we have not done any tiling work, anything. So this one cottage, couple of cottage have like that. This is one cottage where now the Dhyan and Tapas cottage which I showed, this rock was already there which was coming in between the what you say, the specified marking or the area. But then what he thought was he will not break down this wall, it will keep it natural like that and take this rock inside. So a portion of that rock is within the cottage. This again is one cottage which is made up from the stones. These also stones were dumped into a property by one of the old house owners, which wanted to get rid of these stones because he had pulled down his house, and these were the stones used for his compound wall. So this cottage entirely is of stone. This cottage here at the corner you can see is entirely made of those wooden plants which are used for packing material. So again, after a big machine or any thing which is been transported from one place to another is transported in these boxes. Now after the transportation is been done, these boxes are of no use for them, so again they have to dump or they have to get rid of them. So we utilize those and have made this cottage entirely. I mean the doors, everything are made of this cottage, this wooden planks only. Another thing what happened here was there was lot of vegetation, like whatever was being cooked there for the guest coming and staying was grown there only. Lot of vegetables, sugar cane, everything was planted and the natural vegetation happened here. You can see the banana trees, and this is all the organic farming which is done. This was just besides the cottages. Yes, because now that such a beautiful place, reviving of the nature happened, such a nice habitation was developed there. We had lot of animals, birds coming there. Peacock, peahen, we have almost 4 or 5 peacock and peahen staying there. Similarly, like how it is there in Kendra campus, but of course that has in hundreds and thousands. But these also are very friendly, very this with the people there. They roam with the people wherever they are going. We have a horse, we have these ducks, we had rabbits, hen. So all this were a part of that is are a part of that property. Not only for staying but a small function hall, like a small hall was made. Again this hall had no walls, no closed wall. This entirely was done with the what you I just mentioned those supari tree bamboos. This is how it was covered. Later on here all plantation was made. So again the plantation, natural plantation only made a covering here. So no wall was made. And the roof was again with the coconut tree leaves. You can see the this small cafe. So these are small, we have named them as dhaba, cafe, function hall. So these are the small areas which are made there where people utilize it for different what you say purposes. Now this you can see the main table here. So this is basically not made out of any new wood. This was a door frame. This entirely what you say the tabletop is a door frame which was converted into this tabletop. So these also, the base also is the olden house wood only. This lighting shades also, light shades also, if you see here, these also were made there by the local boys and the ladies there. So he just bought one piece for them to have a look how it is been made, and after that the entire thing was made by them. So the roof here on top is again the same thing, the leaves weaved and made. So these also were taught to the local boys and the ladies there, and they made and then it was put up here. This is the initial first sitting area what I mentioned. This was the one which was later on made into a bigger place. So this is the dhaba. Here also the tables what you see are made from the wastage of wood, firewood. The legs or the this, so entirely the material used is the left out material. The pathway here, this is very small screen so it is little difficult to see this. The pathway here so this road leads to the entrance of the property. From the entrance till here or from here till the cottages, the entire pathway is made up of the left out of granite stones. So when the granite is being cut, the tiles are cut, the entire left out part of that is being used here. So for them, for those factories, it is a debris or a waste material, but the same material was utilized here and made a pathway. This is ghana, what we call in Marathi. It is a sugarcane juice extractor. So in earlier days, it was been made by the bullocks. I mean, the bullocks used to roam around, and the sugarcane juice was extracted. As this part of Karnataka, Maharashtra, the main yield is sugarcane. Sugarcane is easily available here. We also used to grow here sugarcane. So this was also made in a similar way which was earlier. Now we have those, if you see on roads and all, we have those motors or machines put up for the sugarcane juice extractor. But this was entirely been made in the similar way with wood and hand movable as like the olden days only. This is the tree house which was made. This is another area which we call as the open amphitheater. It has around a sitting capacity of 200, 300. Now this was designed in such a way, if you see, this is in the front and this is the sitting area here. So this you can see, this here is such a way it was designed, semicircle here. It has a natural echo system. You don't require mic. You don't require any sound system here. If you are having any programs, music programs, sangeet, this the sound naturally amplifies here. So it has an echo amplification effect. In the teak plantation, we had the teak plantation done here. In between of that teak plantation, a small stage was made which we called a yoga stage. So we had this, many people used to come and conduct their yoga classes also who were interested. The small this here building here you can see is our office. It is why it is our office, I mean why I'm specifying that is because down below this is a cow shed. So the same cow shed, this was the only I think construction which was there since earlier also, and a small shed outside of the property. So these two constructions were there in the property since earlier also, since we took the property. Now this cow shed we kept it as it is, and the room on top of it was made our office. So this was the only office or only building which was there in the property, and this is how the office was made. So this is the aerial view of the property, the lawn. Later on, how the lawn was utilized, lot of functions, marriages, of course known people only with the goodwill. Different functions were happened here. Navratri, Dandiya function, Annotsav. So such nice positive events happened there on that property. Because the property had space and available resources for conducting different activities, people who visited there, stayed there, utilized this. Like how I mentioned here, this was the sugarcane extractor, pottery was done. All this was conducted by the local people who were working there only. The pond was used for kayaking, boating. Now, because such nice things happened, we were appreciated and featured in different newspapers, magazines. I think only a couple of them have been put up here, but we were being featured in like almost 3 or 4 newspapers and magazines. It was being appreciated by National Architecture Association also. They visited the place just to see. We had lot of students coming from architecture and engineering colleges to visit the property just to learn. Have they wanted to do their internship in this property basically. This is some, I'll just run through this. These are some of the noted people who came, who visited, who are a frequent guest, who loved coming and staying in the property. Like we had Padma Vibhushan Babasaheb Purandare, we had Manohar Parrikar sir, He used to visit for official functions in Belgaum, but stay in this property. He loved the property. Nana Patekar. This is Chandrasekhan sir, Tata. Retired Chief Justice Narendra Chapalgaonkar. I'm just these are some few pictures of the guest who Raghunath Mashelkar sir. Now, a few pictures of the guest who stayed with us, but there were numerous people, noted people who loved the property as well. I remember Kendra Varshik Baitak in 2017, if I'm not wrong, happened at our place, and we were very happy to host it. Because that I think that was the best part. I remember the staff telling me also, like amongst all the guests who visited us and stayed with us, this was the best which happened to us. So this is something small to share about from my side, because how much I remember till now, and because initially 7 to 8 years I was part of it since the property was developed. So I can share from my end this much. I would now want Sanjay ji to tell more if he has, or if I have skipped anything, as he always guides. So if I left anything, he can guide over. Or as Vasudev ji said, that if you all have any questions, can talk to Sanjay ji.
Good morning, sir, and it was nice listening to you. And you're fond of sweets, it looks. And Ramakrishna said that you're fond of sweets and ice cream. In fact, your voice and tone also was of that order, where in which your talk brings more of cordiality and friendlity, and that's where you are in the hospitality industry. It's really nice hearing you, and more than you are enabling the other one to share about your work was a very kind gesture of you. It was very interesting to watch about the farm resort. Probably Vasudev also has a lot of inspirations from you in terms of building his Naldep office and our own Naldep Center, training center as such. So, in fact, much remains to be learned from you in terms of much from the Sankal Bhumi. The more the way, the systematic way in which you have developed the Sankal Bhumi over the period has given us interesting learnings in terms of the wider concepts which you have been making it, and how the people are appreciating the whole thing as such. In fact, the project basically looks into the more nuances of the total area of 32,390 own square meters, with a construction of 2,500 square meters, giving the green space more importance, and the organic agriculture being there for 10,000 square meters, and about 200 coconut trees and 20 chiku and 1,000. Very interesting way in which the whole conceptualization is being done, and the people who are getting benefited of a livelihood is of more of about 25 members regularly getting the livelihood. So that's a very interesting perspective in which the whole thing, and more Ramakrishna has rightly said that you have been having this vision being spread to multiple people. And I wish that much people who have come over there and have blessed your initiatives, and many people who will come for generations to learn from this particular project. So we look forward from the questions from our working group in terms of his perspectives and the practices, and to learn more from him. Over to our working group members for asking it. Before they go for it, in fact, we at Dan Foundation, when this concept is being promoted of Sankal Bhumi, we did a project, Adavi project, which is in collaboration with the Madurai Kamaraj University as such. Nearly we brought out 20,000 native species to life as such. So since all the universities have a big campus, so they had an adaptation of this sort of an endeavor. So definitely there is a sky is the limit when we collaborate with others to learn more about it. So over to our working group members for speaking or clarifying or getting learning, whatever it is. Over to the working group members. Did you get the inspiration, the ideas, the vision? Could you please tell us briefly?
Basically, it was when I went to this site and I saw the destruction done towards Mother Earth. We call it means we treat it as a mother. Like I told you earlier, even the farmer who goes to his field first before plowing, he'll pray to the land there. So I thought, why if I could do something to revive nature, that was the main inspiration. That is all. means it is not a commercial project today also, because whatever guests stay there and whatever income comes there, it is shared between the workers only. We don't take anything money out of it. In fact, we have to put in every time. But the main inspiration is how to could I revive nature or give back nature what has been exploited.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yes, namaste, pranam to everybody. Namaste, Sanjay ji. Uh, yeah, we are quite impressed with your cottages, Sankalpa Bhumi, which is, to me, it is appearing like a mutt. Apart from the, you have used, reuse the material and tried to, gel with the nature. It has still got some sort of a holiness, which I feel when I was watching those slides. And incidentally, I have put it into the our messages that I am in Belgaum,
Huh.
to attend a religious function here
Huh.
in my Sadguru Kane Maharaj.
Huh.
So this place is in Bogarve, Skelkar Bagh,
Huh. Huh.
where his Shri Ram temple is here,
Huh.
and
Huh.
his Paduka Mandir is also here. So I am going to be here till
Huh.
14th, till 1/4, 14th, day after
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Till that I am
Okay.
here.
Huh.
So I was just wondering if, coincidentally, since I am here, if there is any possibility of me visiting your place and
Most
visiting you people also.
most welcome. In fact, only that I am not there. I am today traveling to Goa because yesterday we had a Vivekanand Kendra center in Goa. All are invited to our new center in Goa also, where
Yes.
the minister was supposed to come and address some people, our children from Vivekanand Kendra. So I was here for that function event yesterday, and I'll be
Yes.
staying here till tomorrow because tomorrow again we have got one more
Yeah,
event there.
Vasudevji told me, yeah, but okay, okay. So you will not be there, but Kimaya
You
ji is
can visit,
going to,
yes.
Kimaya ji
Ah,
is available?
no, no, no. She's in Goa only. She stays in
She is in
Goa.
Goa.
She has got her
Okay,
own
okay.
unit in Goa.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
I get, okay.
And I will send you the map location on this.
Yeah. Yes, my number I have repeated in the message. You will
Yeah.
find my mobile number. If we
Okay.
could just give me some lead, then I will
Yes.
try to reach to the place and
Yes.
see
Yes.
firsthand, what all I saw on the screen. Yes.
So nice. Yes. Yes. Most welcome.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions, please?
Sir, more questions.
Yeah, Sanjay ji, do you have some architectural background?
Uh, I'm a machine designer basically, and I have been designing machines in the field of mining sector, that is ore upgradation, sugar industry, and the adhesive tape making industry, marine industry, and some for defense. That is my basically core interest, knowledge, but absolutely nothing to do with architecture or civil.
But then, how could you visualize such wonderful ideas, which, as your own sister said, that it is impossible to have a pool here or something, something. How could those ideas come into your mind? That was what, is really wondering me.
Like in fact, when I design machines, also I do visualize the machine first. Means it's the means it's my way because I'm not any great engineer, learned or IIT engineer. I'm a basic mechanical engineer, but I've been doing machines which are being exported even to the US, to Germany. But these are all my own concept machines. While for doing tape, so I'm getting new ideas how to what do you say, indigenize things or replacement. Like means the recent example I can give you, when this Russia and war started, India is depending much on for defense requirements on Russia. So Russia could not give us some support. So I thought of going to Russia. I went when the war started there. I went and visited the industries which manufacture those machines. I got my own concept, own ideas. I came back and shared it, and some Basically, it was a hovercraft project. So hovercraft is being manufactured just by some concepts I work out. That is all.
All right. Sir, I have no questions, but I wanted to really say that I'm very happy on hearing what you have done, because when we go on team outings to resorts in hill stations and other areas, we enjoy the situation. But then there used to be a thought, like this resort has been built by disturbing an ecosystem, by destroying something. And that thought always used to be with me. But when I heard what you said, it was something which people like us would really like to visit and be there. I don't know why Franklin D. Roosevelt, the president in the First World War time, he was a person who said that any nation that destroys its soil will destroy itself. And so this initiative that you take, the name also is very much suitable, Sankalp Bhumi. So it's very much matching to what you have done. Thank you so much for whatever you have done so far. And with regards to what our member had asked just now, do you have any expertise in everything? I believe that the more we learn about something, we get a little bit worried about the technicalities and we don't get inside implementation. But when you have a dream, when you have a purpose alone in mind, I think we will learn whatever is needed and we will do the things that are required for that. I think that has happened there and it's a wonderful thing. And going through your website, your Instagram profiles, and seeing Manohar Parikar was one of your guests and everything. It's very impressive, sir. Very nice one. Thank you so much for what you have done. That's it.
Thank you very much. You are most welcome. And related to what your point was, okay, me not being from the field and doing something, it will be different only. That's why there's an association which they call it IIID, Indian Institute of Interior Designers, and then the Association of Architects. They planned a nationwide gathering or a site inspection on this site, and they presented in one of their conferences as a project done by a non-architect. Means what is the difference between a project done by architect and what is the speciality of a project which is done by non-architect? So they wanted to highlight it. They stayed for 2 days. They made their own study and photographs and videos, and then the whole thing was presented in an international conference also. Ki non-architect also can do, but what are their different views? So that is one study matter even the architectural community has done now.
Okay.
Namaste Sanjay ji and Kimaya ji. We felt as if we were being taken around the site physically. In fact, the description was so nice. That is starting from your Sankalpa, that it has become a reality. I remember to have read somewhere that the earlier, in the Satya Yuga they call it, Krita Yoga. At that time, these yajnas were conducted, so it was all forest. The yajnas were being done in forest. The rishi would go there and sit in a place. In fact, he would be directed by his intuition to choose a site, and then because he would feel that for that particular yajna, that site was suitable. He'll be carrying nothing but his probably a kamandalu and his yogadanda. After sitting there for meditation, he used to open his eyes and used to collect things from the surroundings and create a yajna. And you may be knowing that yajna, the kunda happens to have a lot of uh, uh, you know forms, like the pentagon and just a square, or sometimes it's like a bird. So all those forms were created by the local available materials, and then he would be doing the yajna. In fact, I felt your sankalpa was almost meditative. It was meditative. It was not almost, it was meditative, because it had that holiness and that selflessness behind it. You see, when you started the project, and as and when you started the project and constructing it, things started adding on their own. In fact, the ideas came to you through that sankalpa, which was holy, which was meditative. I personally feel blessed that people like you are there. And in fact, we don't have anything to worry about. Our nation is saved. People, because people like you will be taking inspiration from you, and probably at this age, we can do is pray for you and your your projects which are being held, and we feel very very nice. So you are in no way less than a rishi who had the sankalpa for the bhumi, and incidentally, Vasudha happens to be a one more synonym of bhumi. So we are all connected. In fact, the whole world is connected. It's the division that is creating problems by the so-called leaders who split the societies into different categories. Otherwise, we are all one. Thank you so much, and we have almost had a mental journey to Sankalpa Bhumi. We hope to come there sometime and maybe meet you. And congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you, Raghunandanji. You have explained that so many questions I had in my mind, you have given some answers to that. So we are very much honored to to be praised from by you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think genuinely, not many questions from my end, but just genuine appreciation. I think it was great that you linked it to the idea of a cottage and a place so that people can see like actual implementation. The projects we're working on are more linked to government initiatives, but this is like a private initiative which many people can see and take inspiration from. So that was.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. I thought that it was a beautiful idea to come up with. Just in terms of question, every being used to build is done in a sustainable way. Just in terms of the energy being used to, run the whole place. What are the future plans moving forward as we move towards green energy? What are you thinking of on how it can be, completely sustainable in terms of energy as well?
Basically, the first requirement is of electricity, for which already now we have been doing. This year only we have done the survey because it was phase-wise planned. The investment part, due to the investment constraint, you can say that we are going for solar now. The whole area above means three sides. This is a rock, and above that rock we have got certain parking area, around 2 acres of parking area. So that is being now covered by solar roof parking area around 2 acres, and there will be sufficient power generation which will take care of the whole necessity. And I don't know whether Kimaya has mentioned that we have got a place where there is this dhaba where we have got a cooking place, but the cooking is done by natural stove only, waste firewood, or in a way that the combustion is proper. All these things are implemented. Secondly, we don't even use a refrigerator because that's one thing is power consuming. Second thing is people tend to keep extra food in the refrigerator and then again serve the same thing. So we don't want that. So one thing is energy, and the second thing is fresh food. What we learn from Kendra or from Bhagavad Gita, food should be cooked 4 hours before, at least before you consume it. So we try to minimize the requirement of energy at our place. Solar water pump has been now implemented to create the water body aeration. So of course, government has got the schemes for the agriculture. Solar pumps are available, so that we are implemented, and the major solar panels will come up this year or maybe coming 1 or 2 years, which will give us sufficient power not only for us but will light up the street also. Means that's a public street which we have given from our property, approach road to all the people. Even that street lighting we are planning to connect to this grid. So this is your energy thing we are working on still. When it is done, I will
So
inform you.
that's actually really interesting. And the fact that you don't have a fridge, I think this is one of the first times I've I personally have come across that, and this seems like a really good solution to, for a lot of people to implement to save on food wastages. People will get fresh food, and if you don't have refrigerators, less emissions will be there, less food wastage. Great, great idea that you're implementing.
Thank you.
Would like to see this across more places.
Kimaya wants
Thank you
to
so
add
much.
something.
Uh, Sorry to interrupt. I just want to add one thing was not only a fridge, but the property does, none of the cottages or the entire property does not have a television. There is no Wi-Fi used there, and fridge. I mean, this is all fridge, microwave. So minimal use of all this also. So we don't have this. So whenever person comes there, he is one with the nature or with yourself. So this is how you stay there when you come. One more thing I forgot to add while telling was, which is in connection because Sanjay ji just mentioned about cooking. The entire staff who is currently there on the property, till now, till date, or from the initial time also, not even a single person from a professional hospitality background is engaged in a property. So the staff or the people who are working on the quarry and their families, because their livelihood was dependent on the quarry's work, the same families were trained for all this hospitality work. So their training was given in housekeeping, cooking. So we took the initiative and we gave them the training of this also. So the cooking also, what type of cooking has to be done, how it has to be cooked, till the ladies who wanted to take the salary, this were compulsorily made to learn their signature or their initials. So I personally did that if you want your salary, you have to learn to write your initials, sign, and only then you will get your salary. So because this was something which helped them also personally, and they started reading and writing because of that. So this is one thing I wanted to add, which came up to my mind. Thank you.
That is really beautiful because then not only are you trying to save Mother Earth, you're also trying to save the people on it. The socio-economic benefit that you're providing, this is really wonderful.
Sanjay ji, Kimya ji, two, three gentle suggestions from my side in case they are still not implemented. One is, like you said, solar energy. Nowadays, a lot of development has happened in wind turbines, and very efficient wind turbines are available, which take very less space and they are very easy to install also. So if you could probe into this area, maybe some additional energy you can extract and use it. This was one suggestion. Another was that do you maintain cows on the your this thing Sankalpa Bhumi? Do you have cows there?
We have got another farm. Really, the cows are bred there, but we do get them in the rains. We shift them there because certain waterlogging problems. As I told you, this was a pit done by the
Yes.
quarry operators. At that time, we shift some cows to our other farm, which we have in a nearby village. But we do have a cow
Okay.
shed. We have a cows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So gobar gas can be used. I mean, do you have medicinal plants? Because if you have medicinal plants, then for your staff and those who are staying there, lot of almost 80% of the medical needs can be fulfilled. That is one more suggestion was that.
Okay, I will take this guidance from Asudev ji because they have got one center which provides all this information and the plants now. So this is a very good, nice, new idea for me. I will try to implement it.
Thank you, friends, for this immense interaction and also about the questions which I had. In fact, any initiative has multiple challenges. And this initiative also has challenges in terms of sustainability, where they are putting the money still to sustain in a better manner as such. That is one which I understand. There are challenges for to make it more good things to come as such. And probably an experiential tourism of this order or bringing the like-minded people for an interaction would be giving a great risk And also, my only suggestion is our Sanjay ji has put a lot of effort in terms of this. So probably the biography of this experiment could itself could form a good document for the generations as to how this sort of a things can happen where many people would not love to keep a leg on this sort of work as such, where a lot of fears will be there in terms of the investment, in terms of the returns, in terms of their operations as such in such a distant area, making it over a period is a matter of self-confidence which one has and the vision which a person would love to go through it as such. So the great venture which you have done, sir, and in fact, we at Vivekananda Kendra Nardam feel very proud. And more than that, your sweet voice is really good. As Ramakrishnan rightly said, your sweetness will ever be cherished by us. And many of our colleagues have been looking forward in terms of bringing their families to your farm resort and enjoy the pleasantness over there. Thank you, sir, for your thing. And probably Sanjay ji wants to have a last say. Sanjay ji,
Yeah, I'm also Sanjay Banerjee. So, yeah, Sanjay ji, I was involved with an educational institution with the School of Business. I recently retired, but I still have an interest in developing case studies connected with sustainable development. So I need everybody's permission and your support to take this forward and try to develop a case study on this whole thing. And as Madanji just now mentioned, one important aspect of that case would be the financial dimension of the entire project. So, to the extent that not exact figures, but the extent to which you are willing to share the financial dimension of this case, if you are, there's no pressure. But if you are willing, then that will form a subset of the entire case. And I also would like to say that Raghunandan ji answered the question I had in me for you, that how did you get that inspiration? He has beautifully explained that it is a result of a meditative kind of a posture. So out of meditation and sankalpa, the sankalpa means a kind of a wish, and out of that, this whole thing has manifested, I should say. So, thank you very much for everything you did. And I have already taken up one case with the Lohit libraries in Arunachal, and this one will be my second case if it is permitted. So, I request permission both from Kendra and from you to go ahead with this. Namaste, namaste, namaste.
Like everyone would be interested in knowing how are the financial implications. But a very surprising thing I'll tell you, like the first photograph, what you saw, this is a secluded waste land. So at the time when I purchased it, it was costing me 4 lakh rupees an acre. I purchased 10 acres for 40 lakh only. And the last photograph, seeing all the buildings and roads coming up, because I too have taken certain loans, I have to get it revaluated and provided to the bank. This year's new year, when the year starts, the bank sends their people, they call them valuators, government valuators. It has crossed 100 crores, the land value. What I purchased for 40 lakhs has crossed 100 crores this year. This is the price appreciation. Just because one landmark land comes up, the surrounding area develops, and your property, the value goes skyrocketing. That is one thing. Secondly, while doing the project, now, like Kimaya mentioned, that we used to get mud because even the base of the whole foundation of the whole property is rock only. I needed some soil cover to do some plantation. So these builders I had contacted, and I had quoted some rate. If they want to dump soil, they have to pay me certain money. So that was a earning for me to get the fill up. That is second thing I'm telling you. Third thing, Like she told, I have utilized all old houses material. Now, earlier that I used to go and see where there is demolition, I used to go and buy and certain things. They didn't know the importance what I wanted, so they used to damage. So I started taking demolition contracts myself. I used to charge people to demolish the building, and I used to carry the material free of charge to my site. So you are getting the implication how business venture this can turn out, because this was throughout this has been only earning only, taking people's waste and taking money for taking away the waste also. So that is how it has been. So it is not only that you have to be a multi-millionaire to do such a development. You have to use more efforts and
Yeah,
some.
so it is ingenuity that raised the funds. Thank you very much. No, sure.
Yes.
I'd
Yes.
like to add a story. When Sanjay Banerjee told about the financial implications, it seems there was a dedicated nun who is called as Little Flower, and she didn't have any money, but she used to love the villagers nearby, and then she used to serve them, and she was being maintained. And one fine day, she came to the villagers and then, I want to talk to you. I want to tell you my wish. So they all came and says, what they said, what's your wish? She said, I want to build a wonderful church for the Lord. They all started laughing. Said, we are all villagers, we don't have anything with us. And then you know how we are maintaining you or maintaining ourselves. Then she said, but what about you? Do you have? I have. She said, I have. So the people were wondering what could that be. She opened her palm and then said that I have one penny. I have one penny and the Lord with me. So once the Lord comes, everything comes. Money, whatever you want. That is what I meant by sankalpa. A very holy sankalpa need not have money. It will come on its own. Only thing is we have to go on strengthening this sankalpa. Thank you so much. I can imagine what amount of dedication you would have had. In fact, you have your sister Kimaya with you, who would have taken from the scratch till this beautiful project. So much of hard work, so much of dedication, so much of sincerity, and also foresight. So, I mean, that foresight is necessary and it's included in Sankalpa. Foresight, after this, what? The moment you ask this question, what? Something appears and then you start adding. That's how a noble project gets built up. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।